Mr. Jallo was
involved heavily,
yeah,
despite the order of the court stating that, never stating that Mr. Jallo was supposed to be.
I agree, yeah.
Okay, so can we say that it is Mr. Jallo that notified the public? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying.
You're saying that you never communicated this to anybody, but the state was aware.
The state was
communicated to the state through Mr.
That does not mean that I said Ali Jallo communicated it.
So so now we can say, apart from the officials of the Office of the Sheriff, it is Mr. Ali Jallo that was aware of the sales and the date in which they were going to take place.
Perhaps maybe other officials of the Ministry of Justice as well as other members of the judiciary may have been aware.
Who did the Office of the Sheriff specifically communicate to about the sales?
No, when a sale is slated to take place, ordinarily is communicated to the party at whose instance the sale is supposed to be conducted for. And or in the case of a monetary judgment, the beneficiary, they must certainly be aware of the date.
All right, so let's move on to the document I had announced a while back. Honorable Chair, it is OHS 12. I believe that the Secretariat has presented the witness with a copy of this document. OHS 12. Perhaps look at the plastic the binding that he has. It might be contained in there.
Okay.
Yes, just turn to OHS 12. You've taken a look. It's an internal memo.
Yes.
Okay, and letterhead of the High Court in Brikama.
Yes.
It is dated 30th October, so November, 30th November 2023.
Yes.
Subject of the memo, it's addressed to the Judicial Secretary and the Honorable Chief Justice is copied.
Yes.
The subject states, auction sale of cattle in the matter of Attorney General and Yahya Jammeh.
Yes.
Before we get into the content of this internal memo, why did you write a memo addressed to the Judicial Secretary on the 30th of November 2023? This is almost 5 years after the sale was conducted. Why was this memo written?
This was at the request of the Judicial Secretary on the direction of the Chief Justice, that he wanted an update or report of this because at the time I think there was an inquiry or this reporter was trying to reach information regarding this. He was referred to the office of the sheriff. Then I think the sheriff was reluctant without direction. So when it was, I think when it reaches the office of the Chief Justice, the then sheriff said he was not aware of this thing. So I was requested to write a report. Then I was already a judge. So I sent this report based on my recollection of events at the time.
Okay, so who was the Judicial Secretary at the time? November 2023.
November 2023. I don't know whether it was the then overseer of the Judicial Secretary, Lamin George, the late Jammeh George. So I'm not sure whether it's Abdul Conte or cannot be sure.
Okay. All right. So you wrote this memo addressed to the Judicial Secretary because there was a investigator, an investigative journalist that was trying to gather information about the sale.
Yeah.
All right. That is clear. Let's go to the second page. You've mentioned Mr. Kora here again. Mr. Amadou Kora was also present at the instance of the Ministry of Justice, who assisted to determine the values of the subject of auction. Let's also look at let's go towards the bottom of, after the bank details.
Yes.
After you've listed the bank details. You've mentioned here a few correspondences, letters. You've stated, I recall during my tenure of office as master and registrar, a letter was sent to the bank to replace the signatories with current office holders of Judicial Secretary and Sheriff. So now it's clear that when the signatories changed, it was the second signatory was the Sheriff at the time.
That was, I think...
Yes, you stated that it was the Judicial Secretary, but you cannot remember who the second signatory is.
Yes.
This is showing that confirming that...
as the successor in office.
Yes,
yeah.
the Sheriff was the second signatory.
Yeah.
You also mentioned you also stated a separate letter was also sent requesting for payment of sale tax due and payable to the judiciary and credit same into the Sheriff's account at Central Bank. Do you have copies of these letters?
It should have been. I did not personally keep any records of that. Letters were written not by me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who wrote these letters?
I think the Judicial Secretary then at the time requested that judiciary issue sales tax. That's the normal practice of every sales. I think this, in the case of movables, is 5%.
Okay, so we can say these two letters were not written, but you signed.
Yes.
It was not written by you, but signed by you.
Yes.
Okay. So, just before we conclude, you stated that you've also stated the issue of Mr. Binga calling you.
Yes.
About the bank details, which you forwarded him.
Yes.
When Mr. Binga contacted you about this, didn't you question it? Why Mr. Binga would just out of the blue request for bank details? Did you not question this?
He told me specifically that the AG requested him to liaise with me to get the bank details, that's all.
So what authority did Mr. Binga have to contact you to ask you for this, especially via phone call?
Yes. Like I said, I don't think it was out of the ordinary for an applicant in this case, because I thought maybe it was not unusual for us to provide them with the bank details. Because for transparency purposes, they should need to know, because we've already submitted the account via a report, the account details was already submitted to them. Shouldn't
you have requested for a bank statement and forwarded a copy to the AG then? Why did you ask for this request to be put in writing?
Unfortunately, I did not.
You did not deem it necessary?
It was necessary, but I didn't.
Okay, so why did you not request for it?
Unfortunately, I did not.
Okay, you did not, and then why didn't you just request for a bank statement? Perhaps maybe if they wanted to know the balance in the account, why did you not request for a bank statement and then the bank would print that out for you and you can give that to Mr. Binga or even submit it to the Attorney General. Why was that not done?
In hindsight, that what I should have done.
Okay, so let's take a look at the order of the High Court dated 3rd of January 2018. Let's look at paragraph 3. You can just take a look, but let me read it out for you. The Honorable Sheriff of the Gambia is ordered to conduct the sale and all the proceeds of the sale be kept by the Honorable Sheriff in an interest-bearing account pending conclusion of the Commission of Inquiry or further orders of the court. With this order, why did you provide details of that account to Mr. Binga?
At the time when I provided this information or to Mr. Binga, I think the Commission of Inquiry has already concluded.
So the Commission of Inquiry had already concluded when you...
Yeah.
All right. Honorable Chair, that is all the questions I have for the witness.
Thank you, Counsel. Justice Tabally?
Yes. Chair.
We will have more questions from members as well for more clarification.
Yes.
Quickly before I give my colleagues to ask their questions, I just wanted some clarifications.
Yes.
Because I know you have agreed to some of the questions raised to you by the council.
Indeed, yeah.
Meaning some of the things that were lapses on your side and the office that you were heading as well.
Yes.
For that being the case, maybe I wouldn't go much, but I just wanted to clarify something. In the morning yesterday, you were asked about Modu Musa's involvement in the task force.
Yes.
When you have full knowledge of Modu Musa's involvement in the task force?
I did, indeed.
You did?
Indeed, yeah.
When Mr. Jalo called him and he was representing the sheriff's office. Is that the case?
He was representing, indeed he was representing.
And before he attended that meeting, the first meeting, you were aware?
Yes, I was aware.
Okay, good. All right, because some of the things I've noted, you've agreed that those were lapses on your side. I will have to hand you over to my colleagues to also ask questions. If you have, yes, I want to start with Serif and come back. Serif.
Thank you very much, Chair, and thank you to Mr. Tabally for coming over. Mr. Tabally, just a quick one on this question with regards to the issue of advertisement.
Yes.
You mentioned that it was not right to auction without advertising.
Yes.
And then the lead counsel also asked you with regards to how were people informed. Will it be right for when I use this Mandinka proverb or Mandinka language to say what is based on Naboyola Boyo, Hanaboyola Boyo, when I call my friend and my also friend call a friend to say come over?
It's possible, yes.
It was based on Naboyola Boyo, Hanaboyola Boyo.
It's possible, yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tabally, for accepting that. Mr. Tabally, based on the list given to us, when it comes to MOJ 8, on the amount being the board is scheduled for, and also the prices given, will it be right to say some of this amount might not be realistic?
You mean the true value?
Yeah, I mean the cost of sales.
Yes.
The cost of sale. Will it be true to say they might not be realistic?
Realistic in the sense that they may not be
From the buying point, you might pay $10, and when they are recorded, they might record lower than that.
I cannot say that because I believe what was presented to me as at the time that was the amount that was paid for each of the cattle.
Are you able to compare the amount paid and the amount recorded?
I have no means of, I was not present on that particular first day, so I could not have confirmed. Could not.
So will I be right to say there might be different in prices?
Yeah, I would agree, yeah.
You will agree on that?
Yeah.
Mr. A fixed price on the cows to say this cow should cost $10 or what? Was there any fixed price?
No, like I said before, we did not, it was a lapse on our side. We did not liaise with the GILMA to do the valuation for us, and there was no valuation report to guide us.
But if you look at the cost of sales here on the other page, from number 1 to the last number,
yes.
It's like all the amounts are the same. 12,000, 12,000, 12,000.
Which one?
It was, there is no number on that page, but it might be the third page from MOJ 8F4, yes, the third page, where you start with Kisima Tambedu.
Well, I think that is where you have the sales record, huh?
The sales record, yeah.
The record of sales.
It's MOJ 8F3, page 4.
The same amount continue repeating. We are they selling these cows based on a fixed price by saying 12,000, 12,000?
It is not based on a fixed price. It might have been what is accepted as the bidder may have paid or offered.
How are you bidding? Were you bidding based on ringing the bell to offer prices, or
we had a bell on the ground.
Well, how did it come that all these prices are the same within the same period of time? 12, 12, 12, 12.
Like I said, we have somebody on the ground to assist us to, I am not an expert and none of our staffs were.
Oh, that's somebody.
So yeah, that Mr. Kora and Mr. Jallo himself was.
Was he an expert in this?
I don't know at the time, but I rely on the fact that he was there at the instance of the MOJ. Maybe he had experience or he had expertise in cattle. That's why I said we relied on his advice.
Mr. Tabally, during your statement with the late council, when National Musa informed you about the challenges he faced during the time they went to Isafati's premises or Isafati's area, claimed to be his or her own property.
Yes.
What did he tell you?
That they could not even access the property to serve the notices that were issued by my office.
And what was your response?
I think I discussed it with Mr. Jallo at the time to report to his superiors regarding the challenges we have, because that is a usual practice in the sheriff's office. Sometimes you go to certain places, you cannot access the place because the people were reluctant to cooperate.
Mr. Tabally, as you mentioned that you used to buy animals from one Alaji Jeng at Abuko, and you are not sure whether he is the very Alaji they mentioned here, though I have seen different addresses from Serekunda and only from Abuko. Is it right to say that the amount still on Alaji Jeng as an example, and by contacting Alaji Jeng, the figures might be different?
Can I be clear? What do you mean?
An example is, I will close open to you. I contacted Alaji Jeng on the amount that he bought these animals for.
Like I said before.
No, I contacted Yahya Jammeh
Yes.
on the amount he's bought these cattle for. And based on what I've seen here, the gap is far different. So this is why I'm saying that the amount that they were paying and the amount registered here, there's a big difference.
Okay, I didn't know about it.
Maybe as far as you know him, you can ask him to go further to explain to you what went on during this process. So for me, I'm saying this list is not realistic. Because number 7, a bull, costing 12,000. Number 12 of the same page, Omar Mbake, Abuko 2 bulls by 24. A small cow, 12,000.
Yes.
And you come down again, the same small cow again is costing 16,000. So Lamin Kamara. Before Lamin Kamara also bought a small cow for $3,000. So it is a calf or a small cow, because in the case of here, it's not a cow but a small cow. They bought it for $3,000. So the prices are like this.
It fluctuates, yeah.
They fluctuate, so it's like there was no fixed price. People just come and spend anyhow what money that they want to spend and have it the way they want to have it.
I agree, yes.
And then the last one I will put to you, when it comes to the house that you mentioned, were they in? Can you tell me how many were in that house? How many of them?
I cannot recall exactly in each specific hut how many are.
More than 10, 20?
I cannot remember. It's been almost 7, 8 years ago.
But it was more than 5.
In some instances, it could be more than 5, yeah.
Could be more than 5.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you. Honorable, yes, you can go.
Thank you very much. Mr. Tabally.
Yes.
First, I want us to establish something. What is your interpretation of the High Court order on the 3rd, specifically paragraph 3 to 3 and 4?
Three and 4.
3 to 3 and 4.
You mean where it says leave is granted? Huh? Leave is granted to him. Sorry. Leave is hereby granted by livestock investment. Sorry. Livestock cease pursuant to the order of the dated the 22nd of May 2017. In this matter to be sued pursuant to the order of the Commission of Inquiry issued under the Constitution of the Republic of the Gambia. Yes.
What is your understanding of that?
The court relied on the order of the Commission to issue this specific order for the sale to be conducted.
And by sales, does it include ensuring that there's an accountable and transparent process?
Yes, certainly.
And who would have taken that responsibility?
The office of the sheriff, certainly.
In this case,
Yes.
to be specific, who was heading the office of the sheriff?
It was myself.
It was yourself.
Yeah.
Then, now let's go to the report. I would just only have 3 questions for you.
Okay, thank you.
You indicated that you were not present, but you relied on a handwritten document that was given to you. So my first question is, do you still have that handwritten document on an A4 blank sheet?
No, I don't have it.
You do not?
No,
And that would have been your only source document?
Yes, because when I exited the office of the sheriff, I did not move with any document.
Was it filed?
It could have been filed.
No. Let's not answer on probabilities.
Yeah.
That handwritten document was the source you used to tabulate this report, not so?
Yes.
And as a judge, would you consider that as an evidence? That handwritten document, would you take it as an evidence?
Evidence is like what?
In the production of this document.
No, in this strict sense, no.
Why?
It's not evidence to prove something, but it's evidence to assist you to produce a report, that's all.
How would you prove this? How would you prove that this report is authentic now? Can you prove that this report is authentic without that handwritten document?
Unfortunately, no.
Then, will you take that handwritten document as evidence?
No.
Huh?
No.
Why?
I mean, for the purpose of evidence, it's not evidence.
Now, let's take it in correlation to this report. What would you rely upon to prove that this report is authentic?
There is no proof now before you to say that it is authentic. I agree.
I mean you, not us now.
Yes.
You. What would you rely upon to prove to us that this report is authentic?
I don't understand.
You said you generated this report from the handwritten document that was given to you.
Yes.
Not so?
Yes.
By your bailiffs.
Yes.
Not so?
Yes.
Then that handwritten document is the source to the production of this report. Am I right or wrong?
Yes. Yes.
So now, my question to you is, if you are to prove the authenticity of this report, what are you going to rely on?
I have nothing now to rely on.
But would it be correct to say that that handwritten document is the only source you can rely upon?
Yeah, that's certain, yes.
Did you file it?
I cannot be sure whether it's in file, but it must have been available at the office at the time.
In a normal situation, would you have filed that source document?
Yes, it would have been filed.
Why did you fail to file this one?
I did not say it was not filed. I referred to, I alluded to the poor record keeping at this
No, the issue is, we cannot work on probabilities.
Yes.
We are maintaining an office. In an office, you must have rules of what? Procedure. It is either filed or not. So I'll take it again. Is the handwritten document filed? Was it filed?
Could have been filed, but it's not available anymore.
Was the handwritten document filed? If you say could have been filed but it's not available anymore, that would insinuate somebody tampered with it. Am I right?
Yes. It's supposed to have been on our records. I don't know where the whereabouts now, because even going through the file, I myself, when I went to look for document on this, the commissioner's request to the committee's request to produce document, I went there. Those things, they were not there.
Finally on that, because we have more important issues. That handwritten document, do you agree that it is imperative to the correctness of this particular report?
I agree, It is.
And in the absence of that handwritten document, can you rely on this report again yourself? Can you rely on it?
No.
You can't rely on it?
No.
No. So,
yeah.
Can we rely on this report that you provide us? If at all,
In the absence of the handwritten note, no.
we cannot. Now let's prove that we cannot rely on this. Did you verify this report when you receive it? What I mean by verification is, did you look at the arithmetical accuracy of the report that was given to you when you received it?
Before signing, I must have gone through it. That's why I signed.
Mr. Tabally?
Yes, I did, yes.
You did?
Yes.
Please, Chair will urge you to tell Mr. Sabali, let's not speak on probabilities. He either knows it or he doesn't.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. Let's just respond to the question.
I will take that again. Did you really go through the arithmetical accuracy of this document before signing it?
I did not.
You did not?
Yeah.
You did not go through it?
Yeah.
Is that the right thing?
No. Sorry.
Why didn't you go through it?
I relied on what is recorded by the bailiffs.
Before moving,
Yes.
I would ask a question with regards to your response. Your response, was it a deliberate one to my question or in anticipation of future questions that might come?
No, it's not deliberate. I did not even foresee.
Is it the genuine, that's a genuine response, right? You didn't go through the report. They just brought it to you, you signed.
As far as the figures are concerned to tabulate it, no.
You did not do that.
Yeah.
The other question is, was there any means of sourcing the trust bank account that was open for the sales and disposals of the assets, which is different from the proceeds you have from the sales of the cattle?
There is only one account that we opened for the purpose.
And the only source to that account was the money generated from the sales
That's
of
the
the
only
cattle?
source. That's the only source. We don't have any other source.
Perfect. Then, Mr. Tabally, let's look at your lodgements. Do you have MOJ 8F3 with you? 8F3.
Secretary, can you handle
That is the list of the sales of cattle from the 9th to the 30th of January.
Yes.
On the 9th? Yes. You can give him the list and as well as the Trump's bank statement. If you can open both of them for him simultaneously, that will help. The trust bank statement. Yes.
Is there?
The two of them.
Yes.
You have it? The statement is MOJ 8F3. No, the statement should be attached. If you want, come. Let me give you this. Give it to him. I think I have it.
I think it's the
No, I have.
or the fourth page of MOJ 8F3.
I have it in front. Yeah.
So it's the attachment. You just open the attachment for the witness. Thank you.
Mr. Tabally, you started the sales on the 9th.
Yes.
And on the 9th, based on your records, the total proceeds was 978,000. On the 10th, you sold 2,990,000. And the first day of banking at that bank account was on the 12th. So if you add, which means on the 12th, the total sales from the 9th and the 10th should have been banked on the 12th, right?
Yes.
If you look at the 12th, your total lodgement on the 12th was 1,024,000. You can look at the statement. That was the lodgement by CD Fati. Are you seeing it? On the 12th. CD Fati. CD Fati banked 1,024,000, whereas the cumulative or the sum of the sales of the 9th and the 10th is 3,968,000. Which means as at the 12th, you were having cash in hand of 2,944,000. That was not banked. Why?
I don't know what accounted for specifically for the full amount not lodged on the same day, but the subsequent date.
Maybe I can remind you. You said you have an iron briefcase that you inherited in your office. That's what you said. That's what was your
I
response.
found it in the office.
You found it there.
Yes.
So now the question is, why was it that all the funds in that iron briefcase were not lodged?
Like, I was not the one. I only gave instructions for the money to be deposited in the account. So the officer in charge who should have lodged them on the same day. I don't know why he did.
In whose custody was the iron briefcase?
It was in the office at the time.
In whose custody, Mr. Tabally?
I think Mr. Sidi Fati and the people who were lodging the amounts into the bank account.
Mr. Tabally, initially, in your interpretation of the provisions of the High Court order,
Yeah.
you indicated that it was your responsibility.
Yes.
Not so?
Yes.
So in whose custody? You shouldn't think, you should be sure. In whose custody was the iron briefcase?
It was a long time. I cannot remember exactly at this specific period who had custody, but at various times the monies were there. They kept there, they were stored there and then taken to the
What was the location of the iron briefcase? Which office was it?
in the office of the sheriff.
Who was the sheriff?
I was the sheriff.
Then would it be right to say the iron briefcase was in your custody? You don't remember where it was, but you knew it was in
It
the
was
office.
in the office. I never had personal distinct with that particular briefcase because I never handled cars in person.
No, we are not putting any responsibility to you. You just want to know the truth.
Yes.
We want to know.
Since I would admit that it is in my office, then I am the custodian of the briefcase.
So now the question is, why were you leaving substantial amounts of cash with you and not banking them?
It is not as if I personally handled that particular case on that day. We gave instruction for them to be lodged. That's why we opened an account. It was not, I was not assigned to, or I assigned somebody to do the lodging.
Did it ever come to your attention that substantial amounts of cash were held in the office during the period of the sales of these assets? Did it ever come to your notice?
Yes, I had notice of it.
What did you do?
That's why that prompted us to open the bank account
What,
immediately during this phase.
what did you do? Who were in custody of those money? We need the names of those individuals who were handling, because since it came to your notice, you must have remembered who and who were responsible.
It has reflected in the statements, the people who had done the lodging.
Can you give us their names?
Is Mr. Sidi Fati Musa Modu Musa Sisi.
Modu Musa Sise.
Yeah.
Let's proceed to on the Chair will fast track. Just give me 2 minutes. I'll be done. Let's proceed to the 10th. On the 10th now, you should have been having the balance of 2,944,000 plus. Sorry, your next lodgment was done on the 13th.
Yes.
So on the 13th, you should have the balance of only 2,944,000. Not so, because there were no sales on the 13th. You made sales on the 9th, 10th, 17th, 23rd, and 30th. But look at how much you lodged on the 13th. You lodged 3.1 million. 156,000 in excess of what you were supposed to have. How did that happen?
I do not know how it came about. I cannot.
Initially, you maintained 2.9 million that belonged to the state. It wasn't banked. The next day, you banked more than what you were supposed to bank.
I don't know what accounted for the difference because I was not the one who handled the cash. Definitely, I cannot tell.
You cannot tell how this happened.
Yes.
Why didn't you look at the arithmetical accuracy of this? Because as the sheriff, would it be right to say that it was your responsibility to ensure that the sales report correlates to the lodgements in the account? Would it be right to say it was your responsibility?
Yes. Yes.
Did you do that?
No, I did not.
Why?
I admit it is a lot of lapses on my part.
No, you would not take them as lapses. You want to understand why. Because you know that first what you need to do is to ensure that there is accountability. Now what we are saying is excess funds are great. Is it excess funds? Was it deliberate, or there is something more to it?
I don't know. I would not say there is something deliberate.
Yeah, there is something more to it. Because if you look at your bank statement, the total lodgements in your bank statement as stated by council is 8,302,000. If you look at the total sales record you provided to this committee is only 6,372,000.
Like I said before in answer to one of our questions, I'm not sure whether this reflects the complete records of what was initiated.
Chair, then my final submission to the committee will be, let us tax Mr. Tabally to go and bring us the right records. We cannot rely on this.
I'm not saying it's not right. I'm only saying whether it's complete records.
Mr. Tabally, yes. You were the sheriff.
Yes.
If it is incomplete, it's your responsibility to find the missing pieces. And you had over 5, 6, 7 years to do that since 2018. You said you never look at the arithmetical accuracy of this report. You said you never reconcile this report against the lodgements in the bank account. You asked me, I would say that was a deliberate act, because you know that what was in this report does not correlate to the bank statement. Do you want to take me on that? Because that is the fact.
I wouldn't say it's a deliberate act on my part. I would say it's an error or an advertence on our part, on my part.
Mr. Tabally, these are monies that belong to the state. And Chair, just my last intervention. Go back to the sales records. Let's look at this. Look at the 9th of January 2018. The first page. The customer you have there is Cherno. Right?
Yes.
Can you read the description for us? How many bulls?
73.
73 bulls. Can you read the quantity for us? How many bulls?
Sorry,
Can you use the mic, please? The description is how many bulls?
Quantity is 23.
23. Does that tally? Description, sales of 73 bulls. Quantity, sales of 23 bulls. Now, when you take both, if I told you we are selling 73 bulls to Cherno and you received 320,000, which means we are selling each bull to Cherno at $4,383. Each bull. We are not talking about a calf. We are not talking about what is sick. If we take the other narrative and base it on the quantity and say you sold 23 bulls to Cherno and you received 320,000, which means you sold each bull to Cherno at $13,913. But you know what is the interesting part? If we choose the 23 and do the arithmetics down, the only bull that will be missing will be 1. But if we take the 73 and do the arithmetics down, you will have a surplus of 23 bulls. Now, which is which, Mr. Tabally? Which one do we take? Do we take the 73 or the 23?
I did not avert my mind to these descriptions here before.
Yes.
So,
yes.
I did not avert my mind to
No,
the description, because for me, I'm even confused how these two figures came about.
Yeah, but the question is now, which one do we take? Do we take the 73 or do you take the 23? Because both of them can be right. Why am I saying that? If you look at on the 30th and you look at Babu Karinjai, you sold him 8 cows at 31,000, which means you are selling each cow at 3,875.
This report, maybe the description might not be accurate. I now agree, because the description, I don't know whether it tallies with.
No, Mr. Tabally,
yes.
The description tallies with the quantity. We've gone through the descriptions and we've gone through the quantities. The only place the description and the quantity doesn't tally is with Cherno Jala. And there we need an answer. Do we take the 73 or do we take the 23?
I cannot choose for you which one you want to believe, but...
No, not believe. You don't want to believe. Yeah. We want the facts. Which one is accurate?
Maybe to 23.
Due to time, I would stop here, but it is my submission that you text Mr. Tabally to go and bring an accurate report for us. This is not only incomplete, but it's misleading. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. We'll put that order later before we close. Honorable Jammeh?
Yes. Thank you very much, Chair. Mr. Tabally?
Yes.
Thank you for coming, even though we are not getting much from your end in terms of what we want. I think all that we are seeing here is a conspiracy in between you and Mr. Jallo as the then Acting Registrar General. My first question would be, I would read certain names to you, specific names, and ask if you really know them, and also their attribution to certain businesses. Let's look at Peace Trading on the sales record. Peace Trading. It should be in MOJ 8F 3.
Which page?
And it should be on the first page of the records of sales. Cherno Jallo address Banjul. Yes. That's 73 and 23.
Yes.
Yes. What do you know about Cherno Jallo, and which business is he associated to, as much as the Ministry of Justice is concerned?
I don't even know Cherno Jallo.
You don't know Cherno Jallo?
I don't even know him.
Do you know any business enterprise called AMC?
No.
Okay. I will task you to go to the office of the Registrar General to find out on whose name is AMC registered under. You can take notes, sir.
AMC.
AMC, yes.
AMC is a company.
AMC is a company registered at Ministry of Justice.
Yes.
The office that Aliu Jallo used to occupy.
Yes.
That is, okay, Cherno Jallo is on AMC, but on Peace Trading.
Yes.
Do you know the business owners of Peace Trading?
I don't even know Peace Trading or the...
But it's on your records, right? That you submitted to us.
Peace record.
Yes, on the records of sales. Go to the records of sales.
Yes.
You will find Peace Trading.
As a company.
Well, I would say as a company, yes.
Apologies, Honorable Jammeh. That document was submitted by the Ministry of Justice.
Yes.
The record of sales, yes.
Okay. It's submitted by Ministry of Justice.
Endorsed by
however, he signed, however,
yes.
And he also worked under the same ministry.
Yeah.
So for me, you know, it's all the same. Since he is here before us, yes, I would also want you to go and find out on whose name or names is Peace Trading registered under.
How do you spell Peace Trading?
PEACE TRADING. It's on the list that is before you.
Because Peace Trading is not on the page here, that's why I'm saying.
On the records of sales?
I do not see any Peace Trading here.
MOJ, look at MOJ. Council, guide us on Peace Trading. Which page can he find it?
We only have
It's from the
individual.
record of sales.
Yeah.
MOJ 8F3, the attachment. It's 5 pages, so each page carries a different date, so I think it's the last page, should be in 30th January.
Yeah, it's here, yeah.
Yes, yes, I've seen it.
You have seen it?
Yeah.
Good. We would want to know on whose name or names is Peace Trading registered under.
Okay.
Hmm?
Okay.
Right. Moving forward, Mr. Tabally. Justice Tabally, I understand that a report was generated from your office, which was 26th March, regarding the sales, right? Why is it that in April 2018, after March, when you submitted your report, you made a deposit on the said account regarding sales? You can look at SBT 6. SBT 6, I think we should have 2 records in April, 12 and 11, April 2018. SBT 6. Yao, can you help him out, please? That is the Trust Bank Statement of Accounts. SBT 6. Second page. Yeah, SBT 6. That is Statement of Accounts.
It's here.
On the second page, the last entries, that is the last 2 entries. One is on 12th April and the second is on 11th April. Mine is not that clear, but it's recognizable. We got it from them, so. Can you provide him with a clear SBT 6, the second page, the last 2 deposits on April?
Yes, please. I'll just give my copy.
Do you find it?
Yes, I've seen it.
Yes. Can you contrast that to your report dated 26 March 2018? What I'm trying to say here is, or ask is, your last report was submitted the 26th of March 2018 with regards to the sales. And in April 2018, you made 2 other deposits after when you submitted your report. How is that like? How is that possible, if I may ask?
I'll have to verify because I don't know how this came about. But as at the time when I was presenting this report, this was the amount available.
Okay, before we allow you to go and verify, can you also verify with me?
Yes.
Is it a good practice to submit a report and after the report you go and make a deposit in connection to that report?
It's very, very unusual.
It's very, very unusual.
Yeah.
So meaning that conduct wasn't right.
I don't know, but it's not right.
It's not right.
It's not right. Yeah.
Thank you. Mr. Tabally, in this account, that is the trust bank account that you used to be a signatory.
Yes.
Have you ever signed for withdrawals?
No.
Whilst you were a signatory?
I have never signed any withdrawal from that account.
Were you aware of any withdrawals whilst you were a signatory?
The only withdrawal that would have been made there would be the request for the payment of the sales tax due to judiciary.
How much was this amount?
I cannot remember the amount now.
Can you serve, I will apply through the chairperson for you to serve this committee with the said withdrawal slip and the actual amount.
It was not a necessarily withdrawal. It is I think in a form of a letter, an instruction to the bank to transfer to the serif designated account for this amount to be deducted from this amount account to be paid directly to central bank, the serif's account.
Was that letter submitted as an evidence in request of that withdrawals?
No, it didn't.
Can you provide us with that letter?
It's not with me, but I'll go to the administration.
No, it don't have to be with you. All that we are interested is for you to provide us what we need.
Okay.
So I want to apply that you provide us with this withdrawal communication to this committee latest Monday by 2 p.m. And we will do it in writing as well through the chairperson.
Okay.
Mr. Tabally, what is your, aside your professional relationship, what is your relationship with Ali Jallo, the former acting registrar general? Outside office work, what is your relationship with him?
Mr. Jallo, my wife is named after his mother, but they are not related in any way. I think my wife's elder sister is brought up by Ali Jallo's mother.
So that is to say you have a family relationship with Ali Jallo?
Yes.
Then there could be this possibility that you could also conspire with Ali Jallo to perform certain duties that are outside Ali's responsibility.
No, I would not accept that I conspire in this case. I did not, certainly. I did.
Then why would you accept a telephone conversation from Ali authorizing you, or you authorizing him to act on the sales whilst you were away? when you have an assistant in the office?
I merely told him that let him, he was already on the office.
Sorry, Mr. Tabally. I wouldn't expect it to be like I merely. I would expect it to be you authorized, you gave him the authority
not
to act on your behalf.
No,
No, let's not argue. Let's allow me to learn. The conversation you had with Ali Jallo was for him to act, yes or no?
Not for Ali to act.
But for the team to act?
Yes.
But you gave that instruction through Ali?
Not through Ali.
Then what instruction do you give Ali in your conversation?
I don't have any authority to give instruction to Ali. All I said, you are in the office, present it there, they will do the needful to carry out the proposed sale, that's all. But I did not give him instructions. I cannot give Ali instructions, he's not under my...
Mr. Tabally, you also mentioned yesterday and also repeatedly today that some of the buyers directly made deposit to the bank and were given a payment slip that was brought to your office for a final receipt. Was that the case?
No, I did not say that in this case. I'm saying generally.
Generally?
Generally, in a normal sheriff sale, apart from this particular one, where the buyer would be, the successful bidder would be asked to go and make a payment to the bank account. Not in this case. It has not happened in this case.
So in this case, it has not happened?
Because of the proximity to the bank from where we are.
Were you outside the Gambia when we were conducting the sales?
No. I'm saying within outside Banjul.
Outside Banjul. Is it that Trust Bank don't have other branches outside Banjul?
In Kanilai specifically, I don't know of any at the time.
In normal circumstances, should that be the case, to have monies paid directly to your staffs instead of making payments to the bank and also generate a payment slip?
I said yesterday here that that's the usual practice, in where the bulk payment are made by the purchaser himself directly to the bank account, or it can be led by an accountant or staff of the judiciary to central bank. That is in the case of a normal sheriff sale. Well, in this case, we did not do that. That was not possible because this is an interest-bearing account, only a specific designated account at Trust Bank.
Yeah, I know you have a specific designated account at Trust Bank, but my question is this a normal practice for your office?
It used to be a practice, but it has been there has been a directive to that effect that no cash payment directly should be made. But sheriff staffs are not restrained from receiving payment and lodging into a bank account.
Mr. Tabally, you said there was a directive.
Yes.
That such payments should have been done to the account,
yes,
to the bank account by the buyers.
Yeah.
And why do you defy on this particular directive?
No, what I mean is generally the sheriff's office used to have receipts books. These are manual receipts books. So we have been directed to desist from using that henceforth. So the buyers are therefore from that, either the buyer or through an officer of the sheriff's office would pay effect the payment into the designated central bank account and then produce the deposit slip to the accountant to generate an effaced receipt therefrom on verification.
Okay, now we're getting there. in these situations, the buyers have not done any deposit.
No.
Instead, it were the sheriff
Who made the deposit?
who made the deposits.
Yes.
And they generated a deposit slip, right?
Yes.
Do you have in custody those deposit slips at the sheriff's department as we speak?
I do not think we have any of those at the moment, but certainly if you make a deposit, you will be given a deposit slip.
Okay, Mr. Tabally, through the chairperson, I also want to apply that you provide us with all the deposit slips that were made by the staff of the sheriff division. I made an application. Okay. Yes, I'm done. And by Monday, we want to have these slips before 4 p.m., before closing hours. I can proceed? I still have questions. Yes. Mr. Tabally, do you have a full list of the buyers of Jammeh'S livestock?
I don't have a full list of the buyers. We started, at some point we could not continue, I remember.
Why is it that you couldn't continue with the list of every other buyer of the livestock?
There were challenges.
Tell us the challenges. We want to know.
Because at the end, like I said, at some point the place was chaotic, and I think even at some point we even ran out of stationaries to continue writing those names.
Mr. Tabally, if I should apply that you provide us with the full list of the buyers, will you be in a position to provide a full list of the buyers? Because we want to know, and we should know.
I would have loved to provide it, but I don't have it in my custody.
You don't have it in your custody?
No.
So meaning even if I should apply that you provide the full list, you wouldn't be in a position to provide it?
No, definitely I will not.
Mr. Tabally, or Justice Tabally rather, sorry for addressing you as Mr. Tabally,
No,
Justice Tabally.
It's okay, it's okay.
No, you know.
It's okay.
Now, because that will take me to a question one of my colleagues asked in terms of the quantity of livestock or cattle that you sold. On the summary that you gave us, it reflects that is 725 cattle that you sold.
4.
Right. But again, if you do a head count on the quantity of cattle that you sold from the lead counsel, that she shared with you was 439. I did my own counting, I got 438. Can you tell this committee where the outstanding cattle should be, like the 280 something cattle, the missing cattle, where should they be?
Like I told her in my response to her questions, I will stand by the 724 that I have here. This may not represent the whole complete list of records that we as ordinarily produce at the time. I don't know how the discrepancy came about from the records here. But I stand by what I presented as 724 here.
Yes, when we counted, it's 724.
Yes.
But in terms of documentation, it's 725.
Yeah,
However, no, just listen to me. However, on the evidence as well that you tendered or you produced for us, that is the sales of record. If you go to MOJ 8F3, you do a head count of the quantity of cattle that were sold by the sheriff, you will conclude that the head of cattle that were sold was 439 heads of cattle or 438 heads of cattle. Yes. Against the 724. My question is, where should the rest of the outstanding cattle be? Because we need to account for the outstanding.
You mean as per the records here, or the cattle itself?
You know, both, yes. The records from your office, as per the sales of cattle on MOJ 8F3. You know, you gave a list of cattle that you sold against names. Yes. For example, to Abubakar Korta, yes, Tandedu, Kisima Tandedu, you name it, Peace Trading, Cherno Jalo, you name it. If you count the quantity that even the council asked you about, it is confirmed on the list you provided to this committee when we did the head counting, because I think when you were doing this submission, you thought we might be very lazy to actually do the necessary verification. That's the way I assume it. Because
I did not assume that.
Then, okay, then it was deliberate?
No, it was not deliberate.
Then, Justice Tabally, how can you sign against documents? Or how can you report to this National Assembly on figures that don't exist? Is that not a contempt? If I may ask. Is that not a contempt?
I did not sign this here.
Is that not a contempt for giving information to the National Assembly that is not accurate? That is misleading.
I don't know how that is misleading, because what I presented...
Let me help you. You don't know how it is misleading.
Yes.
The way it is misleading is, one, in your report, you reported 725 cattle.
Yes.
In our probing, we realized it was never 725 cattle, but instead 724 cattle. We are able to establish that the figures you gave weren't accurate. Let's pass that now and move on. The sales record that you submitted to this committee,
I did not submit this.
It's from the Ministry of Justice.
Yes.
Now, what the Ministry of Justice or the Commission submitted to us, if you look at the quantity of cattle sold, you do a head count, you will realize that it is 439 heads of cattle.
Honorable members, can I interject? It's less than 30 minutes to Juma prayers. At this juncture, I think it will only be right for us, proper for us to break, go for Juma and lunch, and then continue, because there are two other members who have questions.
Okay, I still have very pending relevant questions that I can wait until after Juma.
Very well, thank you. Council?
But can you provide us with an answer with that right?
Can we begin the session from that? When we come, he provides. At this point now, because we need to have some preparations for Juma. You have to go and take ablution, visit the toilet, and distance here to the mosque.
I was thinking this is another Juma.
No, they cannot. Council, so we would have a break.
Yes, Honorable Chair.
And come back after Juma prayers to have the remaining...
To continue, yes.
Yes, continue.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, meeting adjourned on 3 o'clock or 3:30? 3:30. Okay, 3:30. 3:30. Selena. Lunch. Let's make it 3:30. Okay, now at 3 o'clock. All right, okay, 3 o'clock, majority of the members said 3. Okay, 3 o'clock, we come back at 3.